drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem is, if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys.
Come back after so I don't interrupt you.
Just text me.
Okay.
Like it an hour.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
All right, peace, Kelly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about depression, anxiety, balance in life. I'm joined today with RX.
Yes, I'm here.
She's back in effect, and
Happy to be here.
we're gonna talk about reprogramming your mind.
Yes. So, this idea came to me because over the weekend I was watching like this long seminar, and there was like a ton of different topics going on, and there was just so much information that I got from like so many different motivational speakers. They talk about their own personal stories and their ebbs and flows of life, the ups and the downs, and I was just taking like a ton of notes, and I'm like, I should share this stuff with Ruin an Hour. Like,
Hell yeah.
why not, you know? So I just kind of named it Reprogramming Your Mind. I just kind of, made it into that. So reprogramming your mind is basically releasing old habits, old thinking patterns, and replacing them with positive and productive habits, thinking patterns, and lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that's what reprogramming your mind is, and this is something that you would have to do every day. If you want to like build a wall and like a brick wall, and you have all the materials for it, how fast can you build it? You can only build it as fast as you can, but you have to be working on it every day to make it get right, the consistency, right? So that's what this is about. Taking old negative thinking patterns, getting rid of those, uprooting them at the root, not just cutting it down, no, uprooting it and just replacing it with the, seeds that are going to grow for the betterment of, ourselves and our environment and
Awesome.
people around us. Okay, so that right there is like, the main thing that you need to do this every day. And some days you can do a small task. Some days you can do a big task. You can take a day off if you want to, and have like a crazy day off where you just like, straight up backslide or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it could be kind of like draining a little bit, because it's like you're so used to doing things this one way, and then you're like, oh crap, I can't do it that way no more. Oh, I have to do it a different way.
Yeah.
So you would have to really, really like dedicate like yourself, your time, and your mind to these things.
Yeah.
So it all starts, when you wake up in the morning, and you have to just not get on your phone. Like, don't get on the phone when you wake up. And this is a habit
Best
that
advice in the world right there.
I used to do this
This thing
all
is
the
a
time.
fucking devil,
I know,
man.
right? Take your phone and put it somewhere else, okay? When you sleep at night, put it on Do Not Disturb. When you wake up in the morning, just take like 10 minutes to just like sit with yourself.
Yeah.
Just take 10 minutes to sit with yourself. This is what I do. This is a habit that I had to break into. I used to wake up every day and I would just roll up like, and be on the phone.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Social media.
Oh yeah, responding to messages
Yeah.
and text messages and people calling me and all this stuff. All that stuff can wait.
Yeah.
Like, you really need to just like take quality time and just spend with yourself. And like, I like to do it in my room. Like, that's just like where I like to be. But sometimes I will go outside just to get that like fresh air, just like feel the sun, and just to be in nature. I feel like whenever I'm in nature, I just feel really, really good.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes I just wake up and I'm in my room, and I have my candles burning, because I burn candles overnight, and I'm just able to just kind of like be in like that like space of just me, myself. How do I feel today? Okay, like what do I need to work on today? What do I need to do today? What is my personal to-do list? Not oh, I gotta go to the store, gotta go do laundry, not those things per se, but like, what is my to-do list today? What do I need to work on today?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I should probably use my words wisely today. So I'm going to make a mental note that today I'm going to choose my words very wisely. And what else do I need to do? Okay, I want to, just fill in the blank, like whatever it is that you feel you need to do for the day.
Yeah.
So that's like super important. It's just to have that check-in, that inventory, that what do I need to do today? How do I feel right now? If I'm feeling kind of down, what can I do to feel better?
Yeah.
Things like that. So, I mean, like, at least 10 minutes, people. We can do this, right?
So you just do that first thing when you wake up, just kind of like take it in, what your goals are for the day.
Yes.
Word.
Because before, I never really did it before.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't until like recent months, not even years, recent months that I started doing that. And it's like just way easier for me to like process my feelings when I first wake up. rather than when I'm like having my day, it's like halfway through the day, and I'm like, how am I feeling right now? There's like a ton of things going on, you know. So it's like you want to definitely do this when like you first wake up. That's just, you know, what I do. Now, sometimes I'll even have to like journal, like write things down if I'm, you know, feeling like I have like a lot going on mentally, and I could think about these things, but for me, I express myself better when I write things down. If I write it out, then I feel like I'm like getting it out of my system a lot more than me just like thinking about it. Yeah. With some things, but I just personally, I'm always writing. I have to write all the time. So the next step would be gratitude. So we have to be grateful.
Yes, loving this already. Let's go.
Yes, reprogramming your mind and gratitude are like this, okay? You have to be grateful for what you have, because if you're not grateful for what you have, you're probably not gonna be able to attract more things to yourself. If you're not, like, if you already have all these things and you're like, I don't care about any of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, be grateful for like what you have, whether it's a lot, whether it's a little, whether it's, you know, something grandiose, whether it's something that not so grandiose. Like, just be grateful. So what I would suggest is in the morning time when you're doing your self check-in, maybe just name off 5 things that you're grateful for. Like, I'll just share mine with you guys. Like, this morning when I woke up, I was laying in bed and I was like, okay, like, I feel good today. I feel optimistic today. Like, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful about? Okay, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my bed. I love sleeping in my bed. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful that I have a job to get up, you know, and go to work. And I'm grateful to like help people. It's, you know, my job, you know, I'm able to help kids. Yeah. So I woke up and I just thought those things. I just thought about them. And I was just saying a prayer, like, okay, like, you know, universe, like, just give me the strength to be able to like go out through this day and be able to fulfill all my duties, you know, at work, with friends, family, my environment, everything. And I just took a deep breath and I just said, okay, I'm ready for the day. Like, I'm ready to like get started today. And I'm glad I did that, because there was a coworker of mine who was in my pay grade who thought that she was over me or something. And she was like telling me what to do. And the normal me would be like, girl, you ain't nobody. Don't tell me what to do. But I had to just like get on like a video chat with her and just like, you know what I'm saying, have like a professional conversation with her and let her know, like, hey, this is my role, this is your role. And I was able to just handle that situation. But I know for a second, I was like, girl.
Tempers flare.
Yeah, but I had to just think, I'm grateful for my job. Like, I'm grateful to be helping kids. Like, I can't let this person right here come along and try to, like, you know, tell me anything that's going to, like, get me off my square. Yeah. I got to just handle this, and that way we can move forward in peace. Yeah. Yeah.
And that probably feels so much better that you did it that way.
Oh, my God, yeah. You know? Afterwards, I'm glad I handled it that way. Like, I went and I did my duties and everything that I'm supposed to do, you know, for the classroom that me and her working together with the kids. And I just felt way better. And I just knew, like, if I had responded to this any other way, oh my God.
That can be said with so many things are like that, right? That you, like, don't think about the end. You know, like the end, like that snap, like who do you think you are? You're not my boss, you know? Like, you even saying that would just, like, afterwards, like in the moment, you feel so good about it, but then afterwards you're like, oh, shit, that caused more issues, you know? Now there's this weird friction between us.
Now she's gonna tell the boss, and then they're gonna be coming down on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want those types of problems. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm glad I handled this the way I handled this.
It's amazing.
But I truly feel like if I woke up and I just went about my day, I would have been carrying stuff over from these past days or something. I would have been frustrated because the way that she got at me was kind of crazy, and I'm like, what's up with this lady? Oh my God. It was some crazy stuff. So gratitude, always be grateful. And that goes into the next one. So when bad things happen, don't fret and just ask the universe, is this happening for a higher purpose? And if so, what is the higher purpose? So in that situation I just talked about right now, I had to like really like ask that to the universe. Like, okay, like, why is this happening? Like, am I being, like, I feel like I was being tested. Like, the universe was testing me. Like, I'm up over here like doing better and I'm feeling all zen and stuff like that. Okay, so the universe is like, okay, so you're doing good, right? You're going to get track.
Here's a test.
Path? Yes, here's
going to
go
back
I'm
to your old ways.
Right, exactly. And I feel like I passed the test. My lesson was learned.
Hell yeah.
And I was able to move on, you know? But sometimes we do have those times where maybe we're gonna respond in a bad way, or
Yeah.
maybe we're gonna like not respond in a bad way, but we're gonna be like, oh, like, you know, F her, or you know, she ain't nobody or whatever. And we have to have forgiveness. And that's one thing that I have been learning over the years, is how to forgive people. And I mean, forgiveness isn't always easy, especially when somebody that you wronged.
Yeah.
And it wasn't your fault and they just do you, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I learned about forgiveness is that, like, forgiveness is for us. It's for us to clear, like, our own consciousness and for us to move forward.
It's for yourself.
Right, it's for ourselves. And it's almost like having, like, a hot coal and you're holding on to it. Like, that's not hurting the other person. Like, you're hurting yourself. So one thing that I learned, I've never done this before until recently over the weekend when I learned this. There was a woman, I can't think of her name right now, I'm so sorry, but she taught that, like, forgiveness is like a big thing, and something that we can do to help us to forgive people is to place our hands over our heart and just think about that person and just send them positive energy and just say, I forgive you, I love you, thank you, and you know, forgive me for whatever it is that I did. You know, and just like think about that person. And I did do that, I would say, twice over the weekend after learning about that, about people, you know, in my life that I probably should forgive, but it's hard to forgive sometimes, people, okay? But I know I gotta forgive.
Yeah.
But I was able to do that with one person in particular, and that person did like reach out to me and give me, like, you know, positive words. And I was like, oh, okay, like, maybe it's working a little bit, you know, maybe that person felt the vibe, felt the energy, you know?
Totally.
But I just, you know, I have to also be mindful of forgiveness as well, because forgiveness is a part of reprogramming your mind. Because we are taught, well, if that person does something to you, like, you know, write them off and don't talk to them no more.
Yeah.
Or that's like the acceptable thing to do. That's what society wants us to do.
Yeah.
But that's not the right way.
Yeah. Because you're eliminating change from anybody.
Right,
You're like,
exactly.
oh, you're always going to do this.
Yeah, so we have to definitely get away from that thinking and break that pattern and start a new pattern with forgiveness.
Yeah.
And some people might think, oh, well, if I forgive that person, then I'm going to look weak, or, oh, they win if I forgive them. And it's like, well, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about at all.
Totally.
It's about us, ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing will be accountability. You have to check yourself, your feelings, your dispositions, etc., and work it out within yourself. And reach out to your support system if you need to. So accountability is a big thing. Sometimes people just don't want to take any accountability. They want to blame other people. Like, oh, I'm only like this because, you know, so-and-so did that, or so-and-so did that, or I blame my grandma, or I blame my uncle, or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to get to a point in your life where you're going to be like, okay, that person did something to me. I need to forgive that person, but I need to take accountability for my actions. I got to take accountability for what it is that I'm doing in my grown adult life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me 20 years ago, but today, like, I need to do better.
Yeah.
So we have to, like, hold ourselves accountable in that manner, so that way we can grow and we can reprogram our minds.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big one, and that's hard to do, for sure.
Yes.
To take accountability, because people can I've justified terrible things I've done. Like in the moment too, just knowing this is really bad what I'm doing. But you somehow can justify, like, it's not so bad really.
Yeah.
But then you're like, what the, I'm doing an egregious thing right now. So taking accountability for things is like super, super difficult, and I feel like it's something people would just kind of say, you know, but really practicing it is hard.
It's very hard, because you're having to look at yourself in a mirror that's like a soul mirror, as I like to call it, and really see the root of yourself. Okay, you're doing all these, you know, things that might not be so good, but you can't, like, generalize it and say, oh, well, everybody does it, I can do this. Or you can't be like, oh, like, minimize it, like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, oh, it could be a lot worse. Because so-and-so over there, oh, he's doing way worse than me.
100%.
Well, their journey is their journey. Your journey is your journey. Your life is your life. And you have to, you know what I'm saying, got to work all those things out. You cannot be worried about that person, what they're doing over there. You got to worry about yourself.
Yeah, comparison is, what is it? It's the thief of joy, because there will always be somebody out there that's doing something better than you or worse. So it's like, if you're comparing, you'll always be in a better light than anybody, or oppositely worse than anybody, because you'll never be making the most money in the world. You'll never be the most physically fit. There'll always be somebody out there that is like, oh, like according to social media, living a happier life, a more fulfilling life, you know? You'll compare your biggest flaw to their greatest strength, you know? So,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Dang, well, you just hit it right now, man. You just hit it the nail on the head right now. Yeah, so accountability is a big thing. And I know, like we said, it's not always easy, but it's doable. You got to do it.
Yeah.
If you want to reprogram your minds, okay? So the last thing is to focus on your goals. Work toward your goals daily and do whatever it is that you have to do to reach your goals. Something positive. That doesn't mean to go and rob a bank to buy the house. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that, people.
I got all those rags for no reason.
Like me personally, like for me to work toward my goals, like, you know, like we were just talking about right now, like burning like a lot of like sage and you know, getting into like a spiritual state and just being able to like just like envision it and have my vision board and do all these different things. And that's how I personally reach my goals. But you know, for different people it'll be different, you know, things that they're doing. But as long as you're putting action behind it, and it's always just, you know, keeping it in your mind that, hey, I'm doing this for the greater good. I'm doing this to reprogram my mind and to be a better person and to use better, you know, judgment among myself and others. And, you know, like anything that's like positive and good, and that's going to contribute to the good of you and the good of the people around you and your environment.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
true. That's super true. Yeah. And then, setting those goals in the first place is super important too.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, you know, it doesn't have to be these like grand, huge, monumental steps every day. It can be something super small, like baby steps. You know, even like something as small as waking up and making your bed in the morning is a pretty big thing. Yeah. So because it's like you come home, you're stressed, you know, you're not in a good mood. Right. You go into your room and your bed isn't made. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, even if you're just in like a depressed state. And it's like, you don't even want to get out of bed. Yeah. You know, and it's like, okay, like, I want to work toward my goals, but I feel depressed. Okay, like, what can I do, like, right now just to, like, you know, work toward my goal? Okay, well, I'm going to maybe speak 5 things into existence. Like, speak 5 positive things right now. Like, okay, I feel good. Like, you know, I feel happy. Or, like, whatever it is that you want to say. And it's sometimes hard to even just say those sentences. Even though they're, like, I feel happy. Like, that's only 3 words. And then sometimes, like, you don't even want to say those 3 words. Because you're just so in, like a depressed state. Or you're just feeling so, like, mentally clouded. Like, you know, I've been there plenty of times. You know, like I was just saying, like, to be honest, over the weekend, I had a bit of a dip where I kind of fell and I got back up type of thing. And it was, like, hard for me, you know, one morning in particular. And I was just like, yo, like, I don't want to do anything today. Like, I just want to stay here in my bed and not do anything. And I had to, like, lay there and just sit with those feelings for a little while and just say, okay, you know, this is why I feel like this, and I don't have to do this. I can do better. I can do better. I just kept telling myself, like, I can do way better than this. I will do better than this. Yeah. And, you know, after, like, some time, I was able to get up, burn sage, and just, like, get those, like, negative vibes from around me and just put myself in, like, a better mind state. Yeah. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. But I was like, yo, like, I have goals that I need to reach. I know that I can do this. You know, I'm still reprogramming my mind. Like, to me, I feel like even though I've come so far, the work isn't done for me. Yeah, like, I still have more road to... Right, exactly. You know? I still have more road to travel. Yeah. So it was like, you know, like, I have these days also, just like everybody else. Yeah. And I had to really just, like, speak and talk those things into existence. And then it was like, okay, now I'm able to, like, sit up in my bed. Okay, now I'm able to stand up. And now I'm able to go, you know, to my altar and, you know, get some crystals and just, you know, meditate for a little while. Yeah. And just get myself into, like, a better mind frame. And I was able to, you know, do it and everything. And I felt a lot better to where I was able to get out of the house and go do what I had to go do and stuff. And I was just like, man, like, I don't want to feel that way anymore. Like, I don't want to feel so down on myself. Like, I have to make sure every day I'm getting up and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to keep myself balanced. Yeah. And once my balance is off, it's off.
It becomes extreme.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like I'm like a Libra, so I think that's why I'm like the scales. Mm-hmm. And, like, usually I'm very balanced. But once those scales get tipped, it's like... It's bad for me.
Is it hard for you to balance yourself? Like, if it's too much on the negative, it's hard to get it back to where it's, like, kind of equal?
It can be, yeah.
How do you, like, if you feel yourself slipping, like, let's say you do get kind of in a dip and you don't do the thing that you did where you're like, I deserve better, or like good things will come, you know, this won't last forever, you know, and then you did get up, burn some sage, you know, get the wheels turning to get a better foot off. What happens when you don't? When you just kind of like are paralyzed a little bit?
It'll be days. I will be in that depressed state for days. Like I won't even like care to even like do too much.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I should get up and go to the store. I really need some iced tea because I love drinking iced tea.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, I don't even care about iced tea today. Like I'll just drink whatever's
That's
down
when
there.
you know it's fucking bad.
Right.
That's when you don't
When
care
I'm
about
like
iced
gonna
tea.
That's
incredible.
how it is for me. It's
Nah,
like,
yeah,
oh my god, like I have to have iced tea every single day.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Damn.
Oh my god, I love it. But it's like, oh my god, if I'm gonna settle for some vitamin water, you know things are bad. Like seriously, like I swear.
That's
oh my
amazing.
god, I was like, I'll drink a vitamin water.
So
And
what
I
do you
hate
what do you
vitamin
do
water.
though? Like when it's like that, when you like a couple days go by and you're like, I don't even care about running errands. I just want to like stay inside. What kind of sets you back in motion?
I have to just like it starts with my words. I have to like be speaking my wellness into existence and into my being.
Okay.
And just reaching out to like my spirit guides and my higher power to like infuse me with the strength to get out of this funk right now. Like I have to like get out of this like, you know, situation and just, you know, sometimes things happen. It's not like I see like the onset of it coming. Sometimes things just boom, change. Something boom just happens out of nowhere. You don't expect it.
For sure.
And it's like, oh my God, I didn't see this coming. Like, you know, it's like being in shock almost.
Yeah.
And it just like, if you don't take care of it right there or have like a good mind frame about it or whatever, like for me, like it'll be like a whole like, you know, like a whole hour will go by and I'm just in the same spot. And I'm just like sitting there just thinking like, oh my God, like I can't believe this. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, and I just like I'm just going deeper and deeper and deeper within myself. Like I'm like going like spiraling down into my lower self almost. And that's not a good place for me to be.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah, for sure. So you just kind of, what do? Do you like just kind of like let it pass through you? Do you?
Well, I honestly feel like I have to sit with the feelings for a little while. Not all day.
Yeah.
I mean, like
But
maybe
that's super
10
important
minutes.
that you do that in the first
20
place.
minutes. Yeah, like 10 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I have to just sit with it. Like, I don't know why I'm like that. I just feel like,
That's healthy.
okay, this is where I'm at. I have to just feel this for like 10 minutes,
That's
20 minutes.
super healthy because people sometimes like because it's uncomfortable to feel that way.
Yeah,
it's
it's not
unideal. It
good.
sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
to
my
feel
God, it
those
feels
waves,
horrible.
and you always feel like you're backtracking. You're like, fuck, I
yeah.
shouldn't feel like this anymore. But you have to feel the full emotional spectrum of our existence, or else you're really just existing in one part. And if you're just existing in one part, that's actually a sign of mental illness in itself. You know, if you're just in the happiness part all the
Kind of like
time.
mania all day. 'Cause you're going to crash at one point or another.
For real. So that's amazing that you do that. You sit with it.
Yeah, I have to. Because if not, then I feel like I'm not processing it.
Yeah.
So I have to sit with it for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Anything more than that for me is like, okay, like let's, you know, get it on. So sometimes if I'm right there in that space for like a day or two, that's like really bad for me. Because I know like I can't do more than 20 minutes of feeling like this. I have to get myself in a better place.
Yeah.
So for me, it's mainly based on like spirituality, just like a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, journaling, reading, and just burning a lot of sage and burning a lot of Palo Santo and just speaking those positive things into existence for myself and just getting out the house and being in nature.
Yeah.
Like just going outside, just, you know, feeling the air, like sit in the grass, put my back up against like a tree and just, you know, sync with like the energy of like the universe. And that is what brings me back into balance. But
incredible.
it doesn't all happen like that.
Yeah.
yeah. Depending
It'd be
upon,
awesome
you
if
know,
it
what's
could.
going on. I know, I wish, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we live in the space called Earth, and that's impossible.
Word. Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's like that. Honestly, it's cool. There's a process to everything, you know.
Right, exactly. Everything has a process to it, and you can't go from step 1 to step 12, you know, in a matter of seconds. Like you have to go through each of those steps, and you know, get there the right way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. So reprogramming your mind.
Yes.
So follow the steps that you just outlined. Have you used this recently? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been successful?
Yeah. Reprogramming my mind started for me, oh my God, like the real journey, I would say about 8 years ago. Because I think that I got into all this stuff about 12 years ago, and I was like dibbling and dabbling in it. I knew about it, but I wouldn't really like commit to it. And it wasn't until about 8 years ago where I was just in a bad place.
Yeah.
Like mentally, like shit, I don't even say physically. Like I was just, you know, in like a bad place, and I knew it's my mind. It's where I'm at mentally. It's how I think. It's what I was taught growing up. It's what I experienced growing up. And I literally had to uproot everything that I thought I knew and I thought I was just so certain of and just so sure of, and uproot that and replace it with something positive and healthy. Because I didn't exactly live like a healthy, you know, life.
Yeah.
It was just like pretty bad actually. But I feel like it took me a while, but you know, I was able to do it. I was able to go from, you know, point A to point B, and then from point B to point C, and just, you know, take it one step at a time and not try to rush the process. And like how I just said right now, just sit with my feelings and sit with my, you know, bad judgment on things and my actions. Because I felt like when I committed to it, I started getting tested a lot. And I didn't pass all those tests. Yeah, man. I was always just like really like just like into like a lot of like stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to say I started about 8 years ago, and I want to say maybe it was about 3.5, 4 years ago. That's when I was like that's when I realized I made a lot of progress, and I'm like, oh wow, I came so far. Cause I keep a lot of my journals from like back in the day. Like I have my journals from like 2008. Like I still have like journals from like back then. Yeah.
Do you read them ever?
Yeah, not all the time, not like every day. Let's read my journal. Like no, if I find it and if I'm like in like a bad space, I would just like look back at my old journals and just open up random passages and just see what, you know, on this day at this time, how was I feeling? Yeah, I would do that.
It's probably incredible, huh?
Oh my God, the growth.
Yeah, for real. For real.
It's real.
It's super wild.
Yeah, so it took a while for me to get here, but I feel like even though now I'm here, like these past, like from 4 years ago to now, I feel like I've made the most progress that I've made in my whole life. Like I've turned my life around in like a positive direction, like so much, and I feel really proud of myself for that. Because people who know me from like back in the day, they see me now and they like, dang, like they're the same at all. Like you way different. Like I don't even like dress the same. Like nothing. Like
really?
Everything about me is just so like so different. You know. And I guess like it comes with maturity, but it also is a part of like me like reprogramming my mind. It's not just like, oh, I was 28 then, I'm 31 now, and now I'm different. No, like, cause I could easily still be doing the same stuff I was doing back then. Like, for real. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So I'm able to just like say, hey, I came so far and I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
I want to keep going forward.
Yeah.
Cause it's a choice. It's a choice that you have. Once you come to a certain place, you can keep going and keep progressing your life, or you can go backwards. Yeah. And I've been to that place where it's like, man, F everything. I'm going backwards. I don't care. And I would do that, and that's not the best place, you know, for me to be, is to go backwards. Because of how I am and, you know, what I have attained now, and as opposed to what I used to have back then. Like I have like so much today now. Like I have like my 2 children. I have a career. I have degrees. You know, I have battle rap.
Your list of gratitude.
Oh yeah.
It's like all that would kind of go away if you backslid into your old lifestyle. God. Like literally nothing you listed could like exist in that old lifestyle.
Oh my God, no, because it's like it's a quote from the Bible, but it applies. It says you can't pour new wine into old wineskins or something like that. It's like a whole like parable about that. Like, you know, I used to read the Bible when I was a Christian, but that one always stuck with me.
That's cool.
Like you can't take like your newfound thinking and your new reprogramming and place it into like your old self. Yeah. If you go back there, like that's not where you belong. It's not even gonna like fit. Yeah. Nothing's gonna fit if you do that. Yeah, for real. You have to go forward and keep growing. Yeah. You might as well like chop your damn arm off if you're gonna do that. And I need my arm, people. Oh my God. How am I gonna write those bars, right?
For real. That is important though to realize, like when you are practicing good habits and living a different perspective, a different pathway. Yeah. When you ever have like it's called like state of euphoria commonly in like AA, but like when you're like, oh, that was so much fun to do that, and you know, like you kind of start like thinking of that, like you're like, no, all this wonderful growth, this like person I am now can't exist with those old things, you know?
Yeah, it's not gonna last at all, and it's just gonna like crumble everything that you built Because it's like it takes so many years for you to build up all these things and only seconds for it to be destroyed. And you don't want to destroy
crazy.
something that you've been building for many, many years.
Yeah.
You want to like keep growing and keep doing better.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes, you know, you might find yourself in situations, but it's good for you to have that accountability and for you to check yourself and say, hey, I'm off track right now. Like, I'm doing some whole other stuff right now that I should not be doing. I need to get back on track. And some people may have to have like a support system around them of people that they can call up and like, you know, talk to and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now, and just to get that encouragement. Or maybe put on YouTube and watch a motivational video or something. And just like, you know, get themselves into like a better mind state and get themselves going in a positive direction.
Word.
Yeah.
Motivational speakers that you enjoy.
Les Brown.
Les Brown?
Leslie Brown.
Okay.
Oh my God, he is so awesome. You guys have to look him up. He was married to Gladys Knight for a long time.
Okay, all right.
He's like super dope. Oh my God, it's his lady. I can't think of her name right now, but the woman that I've been listening to also, I feel like she's a motivational speaker. Her name is Dolores Cannon. I've been listening to her like nonstop lately.
What kind of stuff? Podcast, YouTube?
She's passed away now, but she's a hypnotherapist.
Okay.
And she has like a whole lot of videos on YouTube, and like she just talks about like life.
Yeah.
Like life in general, and like life paths and past lives, and like all these different things, and how like, your past lives tie into this life, and like, you know, you're carrying things in this life from the past life. Like, it's like so much stuff, and it's like things that I've kind of always have like known or like thought about, but she just like knows all these things. I'm reading a book of hers right now, actually. Like, it's amazing.
What's the book called?
It's called Between Death and Life, and it's her putting people in like a trance and like hypnotherapy, and like talking to them when they were in like their past lives and like dead states, and like, you know, after you die, like where do you go type of thing, like all this different, like really I know it sounds crazy, but no, it's like super dope.
That's cool.
Like, you know, I've had like, you know, my own experiences with like.
Have you done hypnotherapy?
I've done it before. It was pretty interesting. I would do it again.
Yeah.
I didn't do a past life regression, but I will probably end up doing one. But I have done hypnotherapy a few times.
I'm interested in it.
Yeah, like for me personally, I did it to like get to the root of my anger and my violence and to change it. See, like, where did it start from? How did it grow? How to get rid of it? And it worked for me.
Incredible.
It worked for me. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. Well, hell yeah. Reprogramming your mind. Do you guys have anything you want to ask RX? We'll do the last little portion of this hour with some Q&A.
Yeah.
How's it going?
What's up, Cola? Shout out to Young Cola, Bars and Brunch.
Scroll up, see if anybody was... Just giving a bunch of props. That's cool. Holding on there. Yeah, that's really dope. Hell yeah, let's see.
That's dope.
Have you... Well, let's try to keep it non-battle rap related, but you can answer any battle rap questions you want. Totally feel free.
Warzone, no, I never really thought about it, to be honest with you.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone starting this journey, what would it be?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
I know it sounds like so simple and probably corny, but no, don't give up, because trust me, there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to be like, dude, I want to go back.
Yeah.
But no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Don't go back. Don't give up. Stay strong. Stay in the fight. Utilize your resources around you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
And if it was a switch, everybody would do it, you know? So it's like the hard work is what makes it pay off.
Yes. Yes, I do astral project. it's easy for me in my sleep to do that. I even have like a tea that helps you to do it, and I have these stones, these crystals that help me to like astral project. I don't like to do it often though, because sometimes like it's intense. Yeah, it's intense. It's really intense. Yeah, but I'm able to like lucid dream like easily. Like me, like I'm just able to dream so well. I can go wherever I want to go in my dreams, and astral projection is like a little bit, you know, different. It's like projecting. It's like, oh my god, it's a very real experience. Some people will equate it to like mushrooms or DMT or something. Really? Yeah. Oh shit! All right. Some people are just able to just do it naturally, but yeah, I do it, but I don't abuse it.
That's smart. That's super smart.
Yeah, it could be scary for some people.
What is one of the best ways you find to reprogram the mind, the body, and the spirit at the same time?
Me personally, I feel like once you're reprogramming your mind, your body, and your spirit, it's like all inclusive. It's not like you're just reprogramming your mind and then your spirit and your, you know, body aren't reprogramming with it. But as far as the body, I would say that you would probably want to eat better and do some exercising and like really take care of your body.
Yep, that's good advice. That's good advice. What is astral projecting? I think I know what it is, but I don't want to assume.
Astral projecting is, okay, so have you ever seen the movie Doctor Strange?
No, but I know about it.
Oh man, there's a scene in there where she like touches his forehead and she knocks his spirit out of his body. It's your spirit coming out of your body. Okay. But you're able to like go places and go see things and do things. Okay. Like I think that when I first started like adamantly doing it, like not on accident, because I would do it sometimes and I'd be like, oh man, what did I just do? Yeah. I remember I talked about this in a battle of mine once where I said I use the word astral travel. Is astral project and astral travel are the same things. You're going out of your body, you're going into like the astral realm, and you're traveling to places and you're seeing things and you're experiencing things and you're able to like feel like all your senses. You're able to like do everything. Yeah. And I talked about that in I think my first battle. I got astral travel to Africa. I found my soul in those hieroglyphics. It said, "Look inside." I forgot what I said, but it was a real thing that I did, and this was like 4 years ago now. But it was a real thing I did. I was like, I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Africa. I want to go and look at the hieroglyphics. I want to go and read them. I want to like see like what they're about. And like one night, I was like, I'm gonna do it tonight. Like I'm just gonna astral project, and I'm just gonna go there. And I was able to, and it was like it was very real. And there were other people there, because like when you go to these different realms and places, you're not the only person there. Yeah. But it's not like a bad thing. And it's not like here on this, everything's different in that dimension. Yeah. It's hard to explain, but you know who's still alive, you know who is not living anymore, who like already passed on, and they're just like, they're like guardians, I guess you can say, or they're like.
How do you know? You just feel it?
Okay, so the light. Some people have more light than others. Everyone's like a light being. Yeah. Okay, and then the book that I'm reading right now is so crazy. I told you I've always known all this stuff, but Dolores like breaks it down. And she was saying in the book that whenever we go to those places, they know we're coming before we go there. They know our intentions. And like you can only go, like if your intentions aren't pure, you can't go. Like the door is closed to you. But if your intentions are pure, but you're not like, you know, gonna use it for like the good things, they'll let you see it, but you can't go all the way in. Like it's some deep stuff. Like oh my god, it's like so crazy. But the light, that's how you can tell. And then there's also something that she talked about in the book, that we as humans, living humans, we have like these like silver like strands, these silver like threads coming out of us, and that they're able to see that and know, oh, that person is still connected to their body. The silver strands like connect you to your body. And they don't have the silver strands because they are already, you know, passed over. Yeah. Like that. Whoa. Yeah, it's some deep stuff. It's amazing. Some deep stuff. Like once you go there, no one can hide anything. You know everyone's intentions. You don't really have to use your words because you can communicate telepathically. Yeah. You can look in someone's eyes and like know their whole life story. Like it's like it's some deep stuff, man. It's some deep stuff. Yeah, like I used to try to just like not really go down that rabbit hole too much
because it was so powerful.
It's so powerful, and it could be kind of scary sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes you might see some things Like one time I saw, like in the pyramids, it was some powerful stuff going on, man. Like it was some stuff going on, and it scared me. And I was like, oh my God, put me back in my body. Like I don't want to be here. Yeah. And like one time I wanted to see a friend of mine that passed over. And then I was like, I have to find him. I got to go see him.
Yeah.
And I did, and I went to go see him, and it was like a kind of a scary experience. Like he like told me some information, and it kind of like freaked me out. And I was just like, oh my God, get me out of here, get me out of here. Like it was like not that good of an experience. So that's when I learned I can't just do this for sport. I can't just do this for fun. Like I have to be like ready for whatever it is that I'm gonna see and whatever is gonna happen. There's always gonna be like a lot of like good experiences, but there's a chance that you might have an experience that maybe you're not ready for.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's been some intense times doing that. I'm getting chills right now.
That's wild. That's super wild. Hell yeah. All right, let's scroll up a little bit. What about remote viewing? Do you know what that is?
Remote viewing? Is that where you're able to like see something like from like an aerial view?
Yeah, maybe.
Immortal being? That's a good question.
Reading a lot lately and found out it can reduce the stress and helps with sleep. Do y'all think reading helps prevent cognitive decline?
Yeah, they also say like crossword puzzles can help with cognitive decline also, and like words, like think anything that makes your brain like think. But I like to read and write. It's just like a natural de-stressor for me personally.
A bit ago you spoke about making a daily list of things to do or be mindful of. Do you make a physical, most like handwritten, or on your phone? Or is it more so you wake up with a mental checklist?
Most of the time for me at this stage, I'm at a mental checklist, but there are some times where I have a long list and I have to write it down on Post-it notes, and I would put it up where I can see it.
Dope.
I have like a ton of Post-it notes in my house. Like I write down everything on Post-it notes and like stick it up like around different places in my room or my house, like remind me of things, or like, you know, like a positive message or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know that's the way a lot of people do gratitude.
Oh yeah.
They're like, I'm grateful for this day, or you are beautiful, or something. You just put it on your mirror or something.
Yeah, your mirror, or you can even have like a gratitude board where you put everything that you're grateful for on that board. You can just like put it on like a Post-it note and just stick it up there.
Yeah,
like
for real.
Or like a whiteboard or something.
Yeah.
I have like 2 huge whiteboards in my room that I'm like always like writing.
Dope. That's cool.
Yeah.
I wish I really want with those. I just straight up just made like my whole room is like gratitude. Like I have like all these like big posters in my room. That's like I like literally just like carved out like, today I'll bring love, like I forgive you, I love you, and it's like I have like I think like 16 of them in there.
Okay.
It's pretty wild.
That's
but
really dope.
It really made a difference when I put those up. Like it's probably all subconscious, but like literally I look at them every day.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay, so that makes me think of this. Okay, so have you ever seen the water experiments where they get like a glass of water and they'll play like music, and then they'll be like freezing the water as the music is playing, and then it'll like crystallize into like these beautiful images. And if you say like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you to the water, it'll turn into like a beautiful like crystal. But if it's like heavy metal, or like I hate you, or like hardcore like bad words, it crystallizes into like really like ugly forms and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you. Wow. But our bodies are primarily made of water. Yeah. So those types of positive things that you're putting around it, that you're able to see every day and say every day, like it's gonna be doing you some good. Yeah. As opposed to like anything else, because you know our bodies are water, and like I don't do it all the time, but I know a lot of people, whenever they drink water, they always speak to their water. Like, oh, I love you. Thank you for the nourishment of my body. And then they drink it. Yeah. And it's like, you know, water is alive. Like water has a, you know, purpose. You know, water, you know, we're made of water. Like water and like the sun. Like these are all things like we need to live. Yeah. So like we have to definitely be good to our water, so our water could be good to us. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Definitely.
Have you read the 48 Laws of Power?
I did read that book. I read that book like some years ago, and I need to read it again. It's a good book. It's kind of long, but I like it.
How do you de-stress from a day where you were at maxed out, pissed off level? Had a rare hard day today and probably my body wasn't used to it.
Definitely get some rest, some mental rest, okay? Lay down somewhere and just do a meditation. Just go into YouTube and type in like de-stress meditation or de-stress frequency vibe, like frequency music and stuff like that. Like singing bowls, type that in, like type in like singing bowls, something like that on YouTube. And
Do you have... They're those things that you...
Yeah, you hitting me good like this with them.
Do you have those?
I don't have one. I've had some in my possession. Like my friend would let me like borrow his all the time, and I would just like, oh man, I would just always like use them. But I'm gonna go to Alexandria and I'm gonna buy some.
Hell yeah.
Because I always tell myself like I need these, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just turn on YouTube and just listen to theirs. Like, they're almost the same, but no, it's really good for you. But it's just best like have your own like that like vibe, man. It really like cleanses you out. Like seriously,
totally.
They have different ones for different chakras and different purposes and stuff like that. Yeah, I would always use the one for the throat chakra whenever I was like writing battles. I would just like use it, and I would just like use it for like 30 minutes, and then I'd be like, okay, now I'm ready to write. I'm ready to like be creative and express myself. And yeah, I used to always do that. I haven't done it these past few battles though.
Dope.
I need to.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Dawn, she's a battle rapper. RX is a battle rapper. Dawn's new here, but she's been in this Ruin Hours a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Yep, RX is a well-known battle rapper. When's your next battle, RX, huh?
I know, right? When is my next battle?
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon, seriously. I'm ready.
Hell yeah. Joshua, I deal with depression, bad, like very bad, and I'm borderline suicidal. What advice would you give me besides therapy?
Definitely get a journal so that way you can just journal out your feelings. And, you know, I mean, I would honestly suggest therapy, but if you're saying that you don't want to go to therapy, you would have to do some self-therapy, and that comes with a lot of journaling, a lot of self-check, having a support system, people that you can rely on and trust, and just really, really getting yourself into like a positive mind state. Definitely, you should watch me and Avo's old videos of me talking about like manifestation and things like that, and just manifest that positivity into your life. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I agree with all that. And like not doing therapy you're definitely going to be fighting an uphill battle with depression. You know, I definitely understand being adverse to therapy, and also it's very expensive. Like at one point in time, I was literally spending $200 a week on therapy, if not more. I was going to like two different therapists a week. But it's like if you are dealing with depression, you're going to be literally handicapping yourself by not giving yourself the correct tools to deal with it. And therapy is a great tool, even if you're not depressed, honestly. Like I feel like everybody should go to therapy. But eating correctly is a very, very important one. Eating healthy, and getting outside, like RX said, like even if you're not one that likes to exercise, I always suggest people just to go walk around the block. Like just take a walk outside, like removing us from this box that we're always in, you know, getting out, like seeing the sky, and connecting with nature. If you live in a place that's like close to a forest, just like take a drive, you know. It will help immensely. Yeah, one thing that I used to do when I used to deal with depression was go to like a park, and I would like put my back up against the tree, and I would just like think about like positive things. And they're like little like ants and stuff that might get on you or whatever, but you know, who cares about those, right? This is for the betterment of yourself. For real. You know, like trees are life. Yes. Like trees are like, we need the trees so we can breathe. Like the trees need us so they can, you know, keep growing. Like we're all connected. Yeah. Like when I talked about the universal laws, like the very first one is a universal law of oneness, or we're all connected to each other. So you can utilize the resources outside in nature to help yourself to be better. And also eating, like what I was saying, like eat like your diet, like eating fruit. Fruit is alive. Yeah, when you eat it, you know, you're alive. Yeah, I eat so much fruit now, and I can't tell you, just like I actually was having a discussion with with some of my friends about this earlier. Is I haven't drank coffee in like over a year.
Oh wow.
And I love coffee. I still like when my old roommate was here, and he like lives off coffee. Like that fool drinks like 7 cups a day. I swear. Every time he makes it, I'm like, oh man, that smells so good, you know. And I know that it's not unhealthy to have coffee every day. But the thing is, it's like you got to go off how you feel.
Yeah.
And I feel immensely better just drinking alkaline water and just eating fruit all day.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, because like we talked about this before, I think, how your body reproduces itself off of what you put in it.
Yeah.
So if you're putting in a bunch of junk, then your body's not going to reproduce itself in a good way. But if you're having a lot of water, fruit, vegetables, things that are, you know, good for us, that are like, you know, growing from the earth's, you know, gift to us. Like that's what's going to put us in like a better mind state. So I used to eat like a lot of junk food.
Yeah.
What
did you used to eat?
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I would eat Taco Bell. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I used to eat Mexican pizza. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to throw up thinking about it. So man, I would eat McDonald's. Oh my God, I would eat McDonald's. I would eat Jack in the Box. Oh my God, I would eat these things, and I would eat a lot of chips and candy. You can't get me to eat no chips these days. Like I just feel like I would eat a few and I just don't feel good.
Yeah.
It's like so many like chemicals and stuff used to like make it.
Plus
and,
it's
like,
in like this aluminum fucking bag.
Right,
It's like
exactly.
everything about it is just like this isn't food, dude.
Right. Oh my God, I can't eat chips like Lay's and stuff like that. I can't eat that stuff no more.
Yeah.
Even like Cheez-Its and like I'll have some goldfish here and there, you know. I get it for my kids sometimes, but it's like I can't eat that kind of stuff no more. I eat it. And I have like a few of them, and I don't feel too good. I had some Starburst recently.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. I was like, ooh, a red Starburst. I only like the red ones and the pink ones, and I ate like one red one and one pink one, and I just didn't feel good. I had like a stomach ache.
Yeah.
And it was like from 2 Starbursts, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never eating Starburst again.
Yeah.
Like I stopped drinking soda. I was like 17.
That's good.
And when I was like 26 or 25, somewhere around there, I had like maybe this much soda. It was strawberry soda, and I just had to have it. I don't know why. I was out eating with my family, and I'm like, oh my God, soda.
It was good.
And I drank some. I drank about this much, like maybe like 4 ounces at the most. I was sick for 3 days. Like my insides felt so dry.
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough water into my system.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like not used to eating like that no more. But I used to eat really, really bad. I used to drink a lot of soda. I used to just, oh my God, drink carbonated drinks and stuff. Like, oh my God, I can't do none of that no more.
For real.
I only drink iced tea and water.
Yeah.
And some like orange juice sometimes, or like some apple juice, some pineapple juice sometimes. But oh my God, I can't. Not like all the time. Mainly iced tea.
Yeah.
And then water.
Yeah, it's wild, and the thing that's unfortunate about like, you know, our country is that fast food and junk is so much more accessible and easier to get and
because it's
cheap.
cheaper.
Yeah. It's a fucked up thing.
It's hard
It's
to
cheap.
eat healthy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like more expensive.
Totally.
Yeah.
It sucks, and it's like it makes sense why some people only eat fast food because it's easy as hell and it's cheap.
Yeah, because
So.
I have friends and they're like, oh man, I'm so hungry. I'm like, oh, you want to get some food? All right, you want to go to Burger King, or do you want to go to like this other? I'm like,
For
dude,
real.
what else? What other options do we have here?
Yeah.
Like, there's a Mexican standing around here somewhere. We can find some tacos, some real tacos. Like, give me a break, right? So it's like, oh my God, like I'm just so much more conscious of what I put in my body now as opposed to before.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel way better.
Yeah.
I feel way better than before.
For sure, and that probably goes for everything with what you're saying, putting in my body, not even just food. It's like what you take, even with you talking about not being on your phone when you first wake up. That's literally mental diet right there.
Yes, exactly. You're letting like that stuff into your mental, and also like what you're watching.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching like, you know, people murdering each other, you know,
yeah, for real.
narco corridos, like all this like stuff going on, like you know, like all these things, like you have to just be very, very mindful of what you let into your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So it's always good. I mean, if you watch that kind of, I know people who like to watch like horror movies and stuff like that. And I guess they could live with it. I don't know. I can't watch stuff like that. If I watch that, I gotta watch like 10 hours of like something positive to like, you know, rid my mind of those things. And,
Totally.
oh my God, yeah. It all, you know, takes account into our overall being.
Yeah.
Our mental space and how we feel, and you know, a lot of that stuff can contribute to our depression as well.
Oh, 100%.
Like watching, like, you know, like a lot of, like bad stuff. It just low vibes, man. Those low vibes aren't good.
For real, it's like when the George Floyd thing first happened.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that. How like I think you were saying you haven't even seen the video.
To this day, I haven't even seen that video.
It's good. You don't need to.
I can't.
But just like I feel like everybody was just like glued into news and social media. And it was so just, I felt like everybody overwhelmed with it and just like bad, you know?
Yeah, and you see how it played out on a global scale because then all those riots started happening, the looting started happening, and then the police came out and the tanks shot people with the rubber bullets.
For real.
People lost eyes. Like all these different things.
Died from it too.
Oh yeah, people like died like during that whole time.
Yeah.
Like, and they didn't die from COVID. Like I know there were people out here like killing each other. Like it was a lot of stuff going on, and that's just like polarizing our thinking, bringing our vibrations low, and making us just act, you know, crazy. And it's like we couldn't. I mean, I'm not completely against everything that happened because people internalize things and they look at it and they're like, oh, I have to do something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, okay, man, like we need a real solution. Like we need real solutions.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah, and then when you're constantly watching all of that,
it's
like you said, it's like what you're ingesting. You're gonna extrude that in some way. You know, just like if you're watching a bunch of horror movies, which sometimes that's like, it's just like gore porn. Like I watch it and I'm just like, why am I watching this? Like it's just like somebody being murdered brutally. I'm like, is this supposed to be entertainment?
Yeah.
Why am I like it's weird. I'm like, well, I can watch something else, man.
That reminds me of this movie I used to watch called Serial Mom. Have you ever seen that movie before?
No.
No, you never seen Serial Mom?
What's it about?
Oh my god, okay, it's about this. I think it's based on a true story. Beverly Suffolk, she was like a serial mom. She was like killing like people who like mess with her kids, like their teachers and neighbors, all these people. She like killing people, and like her son worked at a video store. His name was Chip. He worked at a video store and he would watch horror movies all day long.
Yeah.
So his teacher asked her, like, did he torture animals as a child? Like he's always drawing like horror movie scenes and stuff. And she was like, oh no, my son comes from a good family. He's a good boy. And after the parent-teacher conference, she like runs him over with her car and kills him for saying that. No, the teacher for saying that about the son. But all that stemmed from like his whole like dark fantasy and stuff. It all stemmed from him watching those movies.
Yeah.
So it was that. Whenever I think about like horror movies, I always think about Chip on Serial Mom. I love that movie.
Damn, it's one guilty pleasure right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so bad, right? See, look, BC said that they like that movie.
All right, any more questions? What up to Philly? What is this? Do you know what the...
Akashic Records. It's spelled wrong, but Akashic Records is, Akashic Records is you tapping into your past lives.
Through meditation?
You can get that through meditation. The lady that does my nails, she just recently did it through her meditations. Because she's all into she's the one who taught me about Dolores Cannon. And she's all into this stuff. The lady that does my nails, she's this like amazing woman in Huntington Beach. Like I love her so much. She's awesome. And she was saying that she did a meditation and she was able to tap into her Akashic Records. And I was like, whoa, that's like some deep stuff. I never thought about doing like a meditation to like tap into it.
Yeah.
I could just like kind of like tap into mine somewhat naturally, but it's like, do I really want to like cross that veil? You know, it's some deep stuff.
Yeah.
It's some deep stuff.
Yeah, it's a big boundary to go over. What's your favorite fruit?
Fruit, oh my god. Okay, so, oh my god. I love pineapple.
That's a good one.
I love pineapple. I love grapes. I love watermelon. I love white peaches and white plums and black plums. I don't like yellow nectarines. I don't like yellow peaches.
Okay.
I feel like they're like too like soft. I like crunchy stuff.
Yeah,
I like
feel you on
crunchy.
that.
I want to hear like the crunch.
Yeah.
I love green grapes though.
Not purple ones or black, the
Or
darker
those
ones.
globe ones. No,
Yeah.
I don't like cherries. I won't eat cherries.
Really?
Yeah, I won't eat cherries.
Damn.
I like strawberries, but I have to like cut them up.
Okay.
I can't just
Eat a
bite
whole
into.
one.
I can't just bite into a strawberry.
What about apples?
Apples, I like green apples, but I have to like skin it and then cut it first. I can't just bite into it.
Yeah,
I don't
word.
know why I'm like that. I just can't bite into it. I feel like I'm gonna bite into it. It's gonna be like a worm or something. Like I have to like cut it up.
Word. That's hilarious. Let's see if we missed any other questions. Iced tea. Any more questions for RX? What's your favorite fruit? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color, gold and pink.
Gold. Damn. I've never thought of having that be a favorite color.
I
don't know
the color
why.
gold. I like how gold, pink, and white look together.
That's
My
fire
baby
color
shower colors were gold, white, and pink.
Yeah?
Yes.
Dope.
I don't know why I love the color gold. Like white and gold together is so beautiful to me.
How many Robert Greene books have you read?
I'm not sure who Robert Greene is.
Okay,
I'm
well,
sorry.
none. Me neither. I don't know.
I have
You
no
fool,
idea.
bro. How do you keep your faith or stay motivated through tough times?
I just feel like it's like my faith is already like intact. It's just been that way my whole life. So I don't feel like it can really go anywhere. But sometimes, you do have certain questions and you have to like question certain things and you want answers. And I just feel like if I want the answers to something, I have to go out and look for it. I can't just sit around waiting for the answer to come to me. I have to go out and like get the answers.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, hell yeah, guys. Reprogramming your mind. Astro projection 2. Get it? RX, you got any last words to say to the people?
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the questions, all the love, the fan love. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram at pretty_Reese. Follow me on Twitter at prettyreese. And on Twitter, I'm always doing like positive motivational stuff. And on Instagram, I mainly put that stuff on my story. I don't really post too much on my actual Instagram page. But on my story, I have stuff up every single day. And I'm going to be doing a lot more, with like mental health and stuff like that going forward. And my YouTube channel at pretty_Reese as well.
Hell yeah. All right. Salute to RX for coming by.
Yes, I love
Hope
to be here.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
anytime.
Yes.
I love having guests on. It's wonderful. But yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I might do a watch on Friday, might not. And then Sunday at 11 a.m., we're doing Rune an Hour with Lush One. So tune in to that. And go get Rune Your Day Radio Volume 4.
Yes, I've been
go
listening
everywhere.
to that. I love it.
Hell yeah,
Oh
thank
my
you.
God, I love it.
Hell yeah.
You guys make sure you guys stream that, all right?
All right, guys. Peace out. Have a good day.